Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification. And the show's Twitter feed is at SKiMPod, SKiMPod.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, it's the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at Stays Crunchy. And over on Twitch, we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum 216,
Lunchbox 2099.
And I'm your host, the internet's Tayrell713.
Stays Crunchy, Stays Crunchy, Stays Crunchy, Stays Crunchy, Stays Crunchy, Stays Crunchy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was reading Mr. Chime Time's post or whatever.
Oh, about that dude threatening him?
What's
Yeah.
Mr. Chime Time?
The food reviewer guy on Instagram. Oh. Somebody from Memphis threatened him earlier today, and he posted the screenshot of the DM about it. And he's like, I'm giving the dude till 3 p.m. to apologize. And like in the message, he's like, I'm giving you till 3 p.m. to apologize. Then he posted the dude, his business, his fit, like what he looked like, the message, all that shit. And then he posted another one where the dude finally apologized and shit.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that dude don't play. Like when the guy tried to steal his laptop and he pulled out on him.
Oh yeah, he had the toolie on him.
Yeah, that thing. That thing is the thing on it. Oh shit. Well, hey, it goes down.
He was quick to react too.
Yeah, because he be traveling all around the U.S. like by himself with equipment and stuff. People, I don't know what people be thinking. I just
now, this
don't.
the brother got arrested in New York for having a thing on him.
Yeah.
All right. So,
oh, I didn't know he got arrested.
Yeah. I think either you sent it or I sent it. But
I made him. I was watching. He was pumping out a lot of New York videos. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, he had been following the law, or at least talking to the people at the various airlines. That was like, "Hey, yo, you can bring your gun as long as it's in your carry-on luggage. I mean, not your carry your check bag. You know what I'm saying? And you go and you make sure you tell them at the desk, hey, there's a piece in my check bag, so you are aware. And you ain't allowed to bring pieces into New York. That's just how that city state situation works. So you can't come through with that thing. And so he ended up getting arrested, which is crazy to me because, like I said, it's like I am not a pro-gun man, but I know this nation is the Constitution is real clear about that shit. And says, yo, you can have a piece if you want a piece, and I don't understand how in those situations state law, and probably just city law in that case, supersedes federal law. But I'll never understand it.
I mean, it's the same thing with weed.
Yeah, that's true.
It's 420.
For a minute there, like DEA was running up in little dispensaries all across the country until it got to a point where like it's more states know how to do it than DEA agents possible. So it's 420 though. How funny. Well done. Unintentional, but well done. Birds of the same feather flock together, congested on a majestic street corner. That's a short-time goal for most of them because most of them would rather expand their wings and hover over greater things. That's what we call inspired flight by the pigeons that's got to eat pizza crust every night. And let there be light was understood when a mic stand descended from up and above into the hood. And if my face is worth 1,000 words when it's scarred, I would hope that only 2 of those are cocoa and butter to heal the wounds of the tissue scar to mark the death of my womb. But I've graduated, got my wings, and you got to let go of my constructed Lego Eggo waffle halo. Hey, yo, I'm a black man with an African drum in my chest that beats on the opposite of the right. Let me know I got a breath left. In this frigid, fragile capsule that allows you to fly south before the winter winds trap you, I rap my hell I made it Wetsuit stitched so I can swim in elevators crazy wet through piss. I'm just a pigeon. With 1 mile left that doggy paddles through this bullshit ocean of death, and these rag to riches words will break bones. Like the assassinations of 2 birds with 1 stone. That's why I don't associate with bird brains with their beaks in the air. Pelicans with wide jaws yap names. For fish heads you got tossed into the flames, where some archaeologists will find your skeletal frame. I'm just a pigeon. Hello and welcome to it. Stage Right Your Milk, Cleveland's longest running podcast, and it's episode 491 in word to Lars Gorling. Woo-woo. I'm your host. And it's Taylor 713. Joined as always by my best friends. It's Tatum. Excuse me. It's Anthony Animal Thug Tatum. Put some respect on his name.
Good evening. Big Anthony in the house.
You know. Also, of course, this is the homie Lunchbox 2099. What's good, senor?
I'm not sure if I've read this one or not, because I've done this for so long now that I can't.
I'm relatively sure I've read those lyrics. I just did myself before. I don't care.
I'm at the point where like I'm losing track of which ones I did and didn't do. So if you got this one before, you're getting it again. And I will stay up through the night. Let's be clear. Won't close my eyes. And I know that I can survive. I'll walk through fire to save my life. And I want it. I want my life so bad. I'm doing everything I can. Then another one bites the dust. It's hard to lose a chosen one. You did not break me. I'm still fighting for peace.
I can tell you, I have no recollection of that, and I do. And I'm the guy who has to make this show every week. Trust me, that's a freshie. What is that?
Sia, Elastic Heart.
Nice. My daughter looks just like Sia. You can't see her. But you know what it is, people? We're remote. It's springtime in Cleveland, which means it could be snowing right now or 80 degrees outside. Who knows what it will be? But
what was that? Was that Sunday night? That was the exact case.
Yes, it was. it was near 80 Sunday, and the next day, Monday, it was literally snowing in this town, like actual snow. I had to go to I went to my kids' game, and I was dying. I was shivering in a way that I did not do in the entirety of winter. Here I am, deep spring, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, wasn't it like 81 today, and then it's supposed to be like 40 tomorrow or some shit?
Yeah, we didn't really. I didn't hit 81 in my neck of the woods, but hey. It is currently 69. Nice.
Okay. But, high of 68 tomorrow. High of 52 on Saturday.
Yeah.
High of 48 on Sunday and Monday. Then back up to 52 on Tuesday, and then 54 next Wednesday.
Absolute chaos in our weather patterns here in the great state, or at least in Northeast Ohio. I don't know how the rest of the state move.
Shit, we had some like 60-degree days back in February.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
That is climate change, people. So that's why they should have never called it global warming. When they called it global warming, that just stuck in people's heads, and so they just thought, "Oh, that just means the planet gonna get hot." And some people were okay with that. They're like, "Where I live is always cold, so that'd be nice."
I just look at it like it's like I think I've said this in the past. It's an investment opportunity up in Ohio because now our weather that people didn't want to live here before, like, oh, it snows too much in Cleveland and yada yada yada. Okay, well, how are those rains out in Cali? How's that snow down in Texas, baby? We have such chaotic weather at this point, though. Like I said, climate change was always would have been the better turn of phrase than global warming, because it's not just it's getting hot. It is. I remember some winters a couple years ago where it was like below zero every day for like a month.
Yeah, and
now we're getting like, oh, it's 42 degrees here in January.
Or worse, or whatever. Like I said, I have. Like I said, you can go through my little memories, and we had a 80-degree February or something like that, and real hot February at some point. But we also can get hit with a polar vortex that'll put us, like 52 below. It'd be chaos, and like those swings are too wide.
Yeah,
Tigers be melting in India when it get hot there now. That's far too much in a direction. It's like.
Yeah, I remember clearly as a kid, like when going to school, like snow was on the ground for months. Like it was.
Yeah. That's like, what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, it was because that was the only way we had Doodoo-Rama every year. It was like snow stayed on the ground, until winter was over.
Yeah. It was like once it snowed, like it would snow like sometimes like around Thanksgiving for like a little bit, then it would leave, and then it would like right around Christmas, like maybe a week before, maybe like the week of, we would get pounded with like a snowstorm that would cover everything in snow, and then it would stay, and then all the snow would just come on top of it for like a month and a half, and then like Anthony's saying, like eventually around April when it all start to melt away, and you get like that gritty, dirty, like slush snow everywhere until like May when it was all finally gone. But now it's like we get a snowstorm, and then by the afternoon the next day, the shit's all gone. Nothing sticks for weeks anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, it's always a toss of like, should I be responsible and shovel my driveway, even though I know a day from now it's going to be 42 degrees. It's always 42, like the day after, and it's just like, if it's on a Saturday or a Sunday where I really don't got to go out, or like a Friday, I'm not going to shovel the driveway. But sometimes I throw on a podcast or a book, and I do go out there and just take a long, leisurely 42-minute driveway shovel.
Oh my God. Well, got you one news story. It's not even a news story. It's just it's a pizza review, and it's because this pizza restaurant is out on my side of the county. I am interested in hearing what this take is. I had a news story for you, but I was just like, I can't be sad all the damn time. So let's just talk about pizza, okay? Review with Booms and Grey House. Lakewood lands two different but equally delicious styles of pizza. Elevating the game. This is by Douglas Tratner over at SKiM. It's reasonable to look at all these new pizza joints setting up shop and lament the death of variety. But with each new opening, at least the independently owned ones we've been tracking here, the overall level of quality, consistency, and yes, diversity continues to climb. Two new Lakewood spots that opened recently are proof that in today's competitive pizza marketplace, phoning it in will no longer cut it. When it comes to product, setting, and service model, Boom's Pizza and Grey House Pizza, located 1 mile apart from each other, could not be more dissimilar. What they do share are owners that are so passionate about pizza that they border on obsessed. In the case of Boom's, chef owner Ben Bebenroth spent the better part of 2 years perfecting the dough, and eventually would lead him to his style. In this case, in the case of Grey House, owner Joe Schlott has been tinkering with Detroit-style recipe for more than 5 years, while letting the customers at his Grey House pie shop taste the progress. Any neighborhood would consider itself fortunate to land Booms, assuming it looks and feels like the original, located in a bright corner of property formerly home. Oh yeah, now I know where this is at. Formerly home to Campbell's Sweet Factory. The meticulously designed interior gives new depth and dimension to fast casual. Guests have an unobstructed view into the kitchen, where cooks toss and stretch the dough before it gets topped and baked. A large window offers passerbyers on Detroit the same view. Before ordering, diners can shop the large self-serve coolers loaded with top-notch selection of craft beer, canned wine and cocktails, and even chilled. It says splits. I'm going to assume it meant to be spirits. And bottles of wine. A house white and red are available by the glass. After ordering, diners grab a seat in the cheerful 44-seat dining room, which offers table and booth seating choices. Pizzas come in one size, 14-inch round. The crust shares a lot in common with Neapolitan-style pie, thanks to its char-speckled cornichon. I guess so. I thought cornichons was pickles. I'm going to let that go. Tender crumb and thin crust, like proper Neapolitan. The outer crust boasts a thin, crisp exterior, shielding an airy and aromatic interior. More than just a pretty face, this crust is uber flavorful, thanks to a long, slow, cold fermentation.
That sounds hot sexual.
Stuff, $24, has a gentle heat from Calabrian chilies and hot honey. It is topped with pepperoni, garlic, and herbs. Unlike an American gutbuster, this pie goes down without a struggle.
Oh, man.
If you like it rich and creamy, opt Opt for a white pie like El Bianco. It's $22.
This should sound like a description of a Blacked video.
Built on a base of garlic cream, the 3-cheese pizza is an indulgent treat. Leftovers are easily packed up for departure thanks to the self-serve box stations. Rounding out the meal and serving as appetizers for dine-in customers are grab and enjoy items like antipasti jars, pepper jelly topped whipped ricotta, served with packaged saltines and a pair of salads, including the OG Italian, $12, with greens, olives, hot peppers, cherry tomatoes, and Italian dressing. Gray House can best be described as a stripped-down pizza parlor. The bare-bones storefront has a pickup counter and a few seats. But what the joint lacks in style, it makes up for in product. Despite its deep dish appearance, Schlot's Detroit-style pie has the light and airy consistency of a downy soft focaccia. The contrast between the tender crumb and the crispy, crunchy edges and corners is what sets this variety apart from all others. Gray House pies are ringed with a golden brown cheese melted exterior that ensures that no crust is left behind. Pies come in 2 sizes, 8-inch and 10-inch, and 10-inch by 8 by 10-inch and 10-inch by 14-inch. Customers can build their own or pick a house pie. We did both, ordering a large meatball and a medium BYO with pepperoni, banana pepper, and onion. It wasn't until the pie exits the oven that they are anointed with summer sweet sauce, which creates an appealing contrast of cool marinara and steamy hot pizza. In terms of value, these hefty knife and fork pies are a steal. If you want a salad to go with your pizza, you'll need to purchase it elsewhere. Gray House sells pizza, a handful of desserts, and doubles as a storefront for UK pies. More on that later. For dessert, I grabbed an order of gooey butter cake from the cooler. The St. Louis staple was every bit as sweet, creamy, buttery, and dense as I'd heard they should be. A word about online ordering. Boom's system is decommissioned until in-person demand thins out, while Gray House's online tech is wonky at best. I had selected a later pickup time only to find out the pizza was prepared immediately. The staffers rightly corrected the snafu with a fresh pie. There you go, people. Boom's Pizza and Gray House Pizza, both in Lakewood, Ohio. Per capita, the most pizza restaurants, I believe, in the nation. It is dense with pizza restaurants in that particular city. So,
isn't it the same thing for bars?
Yeah, I guess probably. Yeah, that probably makes sense, right?
I think that's the first fact I ever learned about Lakewood.
Nice. So that is what's up.
I meant to ask, but I can ask on air. How are you guys' electric kettles doing?
I just made some comment.
Been good. Last time I used it was working fine.
Yeah, it not 7 days a week. There's not a day go by that bad boy don't fire up.
Yeah,
I'm either making something for myself, the kids are making something for themselves, or I'm making a couple for Vanessa. It just goes down.
Yeah, I use mine at least once a day.
Yeah.
But on the regular, 3 to 4 times a day.
Yep.
And it's been at this point, like I get that like right after the beginning of the pandemic. So for like 3 years strong now.
Yeah. I was listening to the Doughboys Double, and their guest was from the UK and was talking about electric kettles, and I guess Weiger had gotten an electric kettle and she was super hype about it for him, and like I think she even bought the one he bought because he just I don't know what it was, but that in particular about it. But she was like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, that's the go," and she explained how because the way the UK's power is set up. Mm-hmm. Their electric kettles heat up even like way faster than even ours. And I'm always happy with this. I'm never sitting there like, watching the pot to boil. I go away and come back and that bad boy is usually chugging along there. So yeah. I find it very interesting that they can even go faster if depending on how your electricity output is.
Yeah. We have a few, like we have one that we travel with. Mm-hmm. I got one that I have a smaller one that we just travel with, because we drink tea all the time. and like I make oatmeal in the morning. So yeah, the electric kettle was just like that's probably the thing we use the most in the house.
Nice. You should get your electric kettle, people. I'm just do that. Do that for her. I mean, you know what? There's some people who are, they take the ritual of coffee making, you know what I'm saying? And so they want the water to be a specific temperature and so forth and so on. But if you are one of the people who just don't give a good God bless, just get your electric kettle and hit that hot ass water over that coffee and keep it moving.
Yeah, but like if you're the type of person who does want like a good temperature, like electric kettle is probably the best thing to do because
they do sell some that actually you can set a temperature on.
Yeah,
like it's a pour over kettle that has a little knob on. You can do you can get some stuff dialed in. So you're right.
Yeah, because like when we were in our last vacation, the hotel we were in had a toaster, and the lady was just like perplexed. She's like, "What do I do?" She's like, "You got to touch it. It's a touch screen. It's a digital one." And she's like, "Oh." So yeah, like the technology for breakfast and coffee treats is way out there.
Yeah.
So I guess should I step up and start talking?
I will. Let me properly give you your introduction. First up, as always, is Big Anthony. Have it, sir.
Big Anthony's Corner. So I had a funny situation I think you guys would enjoy hearing about the other day, where I was challenged by my 8-year-old, which isn't an unlikely thing. He's 8 years old. He has his own personality, and he likes to do his own thing.
He finally step up and try to take a swing at the old man.
I mean, he probably was trying to take swings at me when he was little, but no, this one he was a little upset with me. So the other day, I forgot what I made. But whatever I made, it was a dippable thing where he asked for, I think it was fish sticks, where he asked for some sauce on the side. And Walmart has a dupe sauce for for every single sauce there is. They got one for Arby's sauce. They got one for Mac sauce. They got one for like friendly fry sauce. They got one for Chick-fil-A sauce. But they have it for everything. So I happen to have the Chick-fil-A dupe sauce one. And he likes Chick-fil-A sauce. And we did, even before this happened, we did a taste test. I'm like, all right, tell me which one you like better. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. And he picked the Walmart dupe sauce that he said it was good. So it had to be over the weekend because I forgot what I was doing, but I think it was like yard stuff, and like I came in to make lunch and I put it on the plate and I brought the dupe sauce out and I put it on this plate. He's like, "Hold on, man. I don't want that generic shit. Go get the real Chick-fil-A sauce." I'm like, "What?" He said, "I don't like that one." And I'm like, "Yes, you do. Because usually I put it in a little cup on the side. But this time I have actually brought it and put it on his plate." He was like, "Nah, I don't like that one. I don't want it. And I'm not going to eat it either." I'm like, "You've been eating it for a while now." He was like, "No, I haven't." I was like, I ain't going to argue with you. I said, "But this is what I'm going to." I don't know if I told him this or I said it in my head. I think I said it in my head, I'm like, for every meal now, you're going to have the dupe sauce and you're not going to know just because you did that to me. So, was I wrong for doing that?
Are you going to pull the old label switch on the bottles like a restaurant with ketchup?
No, but did you hear about what Heinz, is it Heinz or
yeah, the redness?
Yeah,
with the label.
Yeah.
So Anthony's talking about, I think it was you who sent us the Instagram post.
Yeah.
Heinz put out about the fact that like if the ketchup in the bottle doesn't match the red on the label, then it's not Heinz, and so the restaurants like put one over on you by refilling their bottles with somebody else's ketchup.
Yeah, because most restaurants, what I've noticed is maybe because of inflation or whatever, Heinz is like, fuck that. But before, Heinz ketchup was in a red bottle, so you couldn't tell what kind of ketchup it was or how much was in it before. Like, we'll go to a restaurant and it's in a plastic red bottle, and you don't know how much ketchup is in it.
Some places, though, would use the glass jar ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I don't eat ketchup because, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be touching that bottle to begin with, one. Two, like, yeah, it's a dirty game they be playing because they be probably playing cat stuff or some shit in there or that. It's probably always something that ain't supposed to be in there, but it's a funny thing.
But to answer your question, no, I don't think you're doing anything wrong. Like, that's just how kids are. Like, just tell them. I mean, it's tough because you don't want to lie to him, but he's putting you in a position to have to lie by being difficult.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. Like, we made it a fun activity to begin with. Like, I had the two sauces there, and he tasted them both, and he's like, oh, he chose the one he liked, but it was never any pressure on him to be like, I'm gonna give you generic shit, and you gonna like it.
When he tested it, though, did you show him that was the one that he was eating, or did you just test it?
No, it was a blind taste test.
But you didn't show him the results?
Yeah, we talked about the results and everything.
Oh, so he's pulling like a sucker move on you.
He trying to.
Yeah, man.
But
just keep that one Chick-fil-A bottle around, but never use it. Just keep using the generic.
Well, for now, and to me, in my opinion, I think the Duke tastes better because it has a nice smokier flavor to it. Like, there's just like, leave that bitch on the grill for a couple more minutes, and it. Well, I'm probably using liquid smoke, but I think it tastes a little bit better. It's a little less sweet. But
something that regularly comes out of the Good Mythical Morning and sport situation is that Walmart should just be doing what it got to do.
Yeah, I'm always Walmart and their Kroger stuff.
I'm always kind of taken aback by that. I'm like, oh, okay, check that out. I mean, I guess we can give a fuck about Kroger. We ain't got no Krogers up here.
Yeah,
Kroger headquartered just down the road from us in the Natty. So, I'm 4 hours away. You think we'd have a bunch of Krogers around here. It is 2 Krogers up in Sandusky, Ohio, about 50 miles away from where I'm at currently. And that is it for Northern Ohio's Kroger situation.
Yeah, but every we go to Columbus and stuff like that a couple times a year. Every time I go there, I go into a Kroger. So I make sure I got a Kroger card this time when I went. Because like I think they had like these squeeze bottles of peanut butter, and I was like, man, that bitch only $2.99. So I was just like, I'm gonna and it was $2.99 with the Kroger card. So I went on and got one.
Nice.
Now they got you in the system. They're tracking your moves.
Well, they don't because it was like late at night. I went in there around 10 o'clock. So they just gave me a card and I didn't fill out any of the information.
Oh.
Yeah.
Living off grid. I like it.
I was like Michael Jackson. I had my shoes on the ground and I leaned all the way over.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go, man. I mean, the real of it is that kids sometimes be wilding. But you, unlike some parents, took advantage of the situation and to make it a teachable lesson, made a teachable moment, and made something great out of it. I think that's smashing, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. I said something to him, but I didn't. I was just like, I had made up in my mind. I was just like, I'm not gonna say nothing to you, but this sauce will be every time you ask the sauce.
Like, fuck, I look like arguing with an 8-year-old. No, sir. I'm not. I will not. I don't like arguing with a 15-year-old, but every now and again I got to, so.
I'm just going to say this. That kid arguing back with the parents, that's some white people shit.
Well, I mean, oftentimes I would tell my kid, "That's your white side." Clearly,
Oh,
I know what it is. I know where that shit source from. The nigga in you wouldn't do that, but that other side can't do nothing about.
yeah. I tell them all the time that, like, them Nickelodeon shows got you fooled. This ain't how things gonna go.
They spent too much time around me, thinking they can talk back.
Nah, they know Uncle Dan got sold to him. They didn't get that from you.
When they get older, they'll appreciate what I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
Swagged out. Well, then there you go, man. Give and go as always, bro. Story time with Lunchbox. Hit me up, baby. What you got?
So, as I've been talking about in the show for the last couple of months, I've been working on getting my health back in order and everything, which means I've been going to the gym multiple times a week. I'm actually, as of recording this, I'm 3 days in a row right now. Planning on going tomorrow. And I've started to notice, because like, as I've gotten more comfortable with my surroundings, I'm doing less like trying to find shit, less trying to figure out how to operate the various machines. Because when you use them, you have a general idea of how they work. But when you haven't used them in 3 years, and then all the makes and models at different locations aren't exactly the same, sometimes you have to like figure out where the latch is on this one to move the seat, or, how do you move the arm on this, or how do you adjust the length of this? It's like, they're not all built the same. So I'm starting to learn where all the machines are in the place for the various things I'm doing. I'm starting to learn how to operate them, where it's becoming like second nature. So I'm able to do more like gazing out into the crowd, or like, because I work out with a buddy, I have like rest time in between sets where I'm just kind of standing around waiting for him to finish his set before I can do my next one. So it's like, I don't want to be like just watching him do what he's doing every time. So I started to look around more. And the thing that I've like noticed is like Lululemon style pants have consumed the gym going crowd for women, because when I go to the gym now, it is ass cheeks as far as the eye can see. But today I noticed something. So let's just say, I know this is going to sound bad, but
no, you're in the circle of love.
Yeah, everyone here knows that like what I'm saying isn't me. It's just what I've heard. I live in what would be considered the Puerto Rican Walmart. Okay. And if you know, you know. Yeah, if you know, you know. So I'm basically a member of what people would know as LA Fitness, but around here they changed names. Now they're called Esporta. And my membership gets me into all the LA Fitnesses in the whole country. And the one by me is like busy. Well, at least what it was when we initially got memberships again, like 2 months ago. We tried going there after work, but it was like so packed that you couldn't get on anything to do anything anywhere in the whole place. And it became like just not worth the time to go there. So we decided to try going to the other one out by Crocker Park, which is like 10 miles away from here. And so it's a little bit of a drive. It's not too bad because it's mostly highway. And when we get there, it's like multiple floors. There's like way more equipment. And like there's people, but it's not as crowded most of the time. So like you might have to wait sometimes to use like a machine here or there. But for the most part, you can generally get on something to do something. And I've noticed in the last couple of days, because we actually went back to the quote-unquote Puerto Rican Walmart location, Esporta, tonight. And what I noticed was the Crocker Park location has a wide variety of women. There's white people, there's Asian people, there's black women, there's like Puerto Rican women, there's probably some mixes in there. Like, I've noticed a wide variety of booty cheeks up in that place. But at the other location today, the one near the Puerto Rican Walmart, it's all black women and all Puerto Rican women up in there. It's all ethnic booties. Like, not a white booty to be seen. And I was like, man, this is my place. Why can't this place be like not busy like this all the time? Because then I wouldn't have to drive as far, and I could look at like more of what's in my wheelhouse. Not to say that the other stuff's bad, but this has like a greater wealth of what I usually go for. So big ups to Lululemon for changing the gym game because, man, them shits be hitting.
So
in theory, hold on. Let me ask you something. I mean, you can tell me if you can tell if my mindset is wrong. It's like quite likely that location, because of where it's located, is the strippers' gym.
Oh, I thought about that today because there was like a light, like a I don't know what the terminology is, but an extremely light-skinned black girl was in there, like almost like if you didn't realize she was black, like to the like an ignorant person would have thought she was white.
Okay.
And I was watching her work out, not in a creepy way, but like her ass was popping. Like I'm just gonna be real, and the way that she was working out led me down that path in my mind where I'm like, you might be working for your job right now, like your career, we'll call it, like your
for sure.
Because, and then after I came to this realization yesterday, I started to get mad at myself.
Oh no!
Because I'm like, I've wasted 3 years of looking at booty in the gym on being at home depressed and getting fat again. I could have been up in here all this time, staying healthy, getting swole, and just looking at booty cheeks and Lululemon workout pants. I wasted fucking 3 years of my life of not looking at booty.
And I refuse to allow you to wear that, to take that on your shoulders, man.
You don't gotta take it on your shoulders, but you
fucked up in this country. And
I know, man. But if you had seen the asses I've seen in the last 48 hours, you'd be mad at yourself too.
But you are in the midst of the great correction. Hot damn summer is on this fucking way. You got this, baby. I don't even care, man. Sooner than later, it'll all play out like it should.
So I know you said you were seeing Lululemons out there.
I'm assuming Lululemons. I can't tell the difference. Like I've been being honest. Like I don't have that supervision like Marlon Wayans in that one movie. Like I forget the name of that movie, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, shit. It's not the Sixth Man. It's the other one. It's the one with David Spade.
Yeah.
So, like, have you been seeing many of those like scrunched up, like TikTok ones with the that look like waffle knit?
No,
like long john.
It's been like a lot of like the solid ones that like they have like that like design that goes like on the butt crack, like right at the top, or like right where.
Yeah, those the ones.
Okay,
the scrunched up ones. Well,
I thought you were talking about the ones that look like the honeycombs.
Well, yeah, they got the scrunched up. They go on the crack, which I don't understand. Yeah. But hey, it's not meant for me to understand. Just like what, like I used to get not really mad, but ignore my friends when they'll be like, "Man, I don't like Megan Thee Stallion," or "I don't name any Megan Thee Stallion song," and plug it in here, and they'll be like, "I don't like that song," and I'm like, "Were you really meant to like it though? Like." Are you supposed to be a savage? I mean, not really. Like, that's not meant for you. So, yeah, like, I always appreciate, like, when you go to, like, a Trader Joe's or a Whole Foods or a gym or, like when you see, you know, the posteriors there, they always seem to be, pretty good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's been motivating me, and I've been enjoying it. Like, you know, not to sound like a creepy middle-aged man, but like, it's been booty cheeks as far as the eye can see, and I have full motivation to continue going to the gym. My health is very important, but this is just like a nice incentive.
Yeah, just make sure. Like when you see some of those cheeks, you take off your Fitbit for a couple of seconds and then put it back on.
All right, I think I found a pair of pants. I think I put it in the chat. Like you, some the ones that like built like that with the I don't know. It seems to be like almost like a built-in thong situation.
No, all right. I'll find what I'm talking about because I've never seen those before.
No,
those
yeah,
look
not
like
these, no.
Star Trek: The Next Generation pants.
Yeah, definitely not those. Like these, what I'm talking about is like almost imagine it's like at the top of the crack, there would be like some sort of like triangular shape that would stop right there. It doesn't continue down the butt crack. Almost like it's like the panels of the cheeks meet up there, and then that's the sewing that keeps the cheeks in place.
Oh, I got you, buddy. I got you. I am on it because I know the name of them and everything.
See, this is the research we have to do, people. We have to better understand these things.
I'm aware of this brand too. I see it advertised on Instagram all the time.
And it's strange, but that particular pair of pants like looks like a butthole. Like they put it right over the butthole. It does
have a little starfish situation going.
So these are more like the ones I've been seeing, but the ones I have been seeing haven't had that starfishy butthole type thing. But like, if you imagine that goes away, that's basically done.
You got that close.
Yeah, but that's a lot closer than the one T sent.
Yeah, these are the ones I was asking you about before, but the ones that look like long johns but sexy, sexy long johns.
Sexy long johns might be it. I have typed many a thing down so far already this evening, but that one night I've done it. Starfishy butthole was before that.
Yeah,
but now I just typed sexy long johns.
That's closer to what like I'm seeing like. A lot of them have been with like solid patterns, but basically that design.
Yeah. It's interesting. That is the pant vibe of choice.
I mean, like look at like this. Like, if I worked that hard to have like nice legs and nice butt, I wouldn't want to hide it under baggy shit either. You know, like if I had full on like cake factory back there, I'd be walking around in tight sweats too.
You know what's crazy? Like on TikTok, I'll see so many different videos of young ladies like working out, and then they'll be like, "This is what I wear to the gym." Like they'll have like a super like a 2X tall hoodie on, but then underneath it'll be all the stuff that we're talking about.
Yeah, like I see that, or it's like they're doing the full get up where it's just like skin tight, spandexy type top and pants. Like there's not really much of an in between.
Yeah, that's what T just sent is like full TikTok attire.
I literally typed in my search was TikTok workout pants because I regularly hear people discussing that. So
yep.
So I do got a question for you because I see all this all the time, and back in the day, you were the man that told me about all of these. Like, what's the newest like drink, the gym drink? Because I seen like a bunch of them at Marshall's called Prime. I think
that's your boy Logan Paul situation, or one of them Paul brothers beverage.
Yeah, one of the Paul Bunyans out there, like
Yeah, I think
you been drinking.
I think like I remember telling you about Bang.
Yeah. I remember Bang because Genesis Lopez used to drink it. I don't know what she's up to anymore, but
somebody went to the Bang like CEO's house. I don't know what show that was. What was that?
That was that HBO show. Gosh, I forgot the name. I love that show, but it was on HBO Max.
Yeah, that was a wild one.
And like he went there because like, was it because like the Bang guy was like a self-starter, and like he ended up like going to the house, and it was during the Bang guy's kid's birthday.
I thought it was his like the wife's like shower for like a baby shower situation.
It was either a baby shower or a birthday, but the Bang dude talked to him in the kitchen for like a half hour.
Yeah, he basically was like, "I'll talk to you. I'll chop it up. I don't care," because he said he was with HBO.
Yeah,
and my man really was like, "Oh shit, HBO here in the building. Let me holler at you." Oh man, what was that? I'm just type in HBO Bang Energy.
I don't know. Why'd you look that up? Yeah, like I haven't been drinking caffeine at all since I went on the blood pressure medication, but I do know that like Prime is like Logan Paul's drink that he pushes, and I've had it. Like I had it when I was coming back from Atlanta last year. It's not bad. They use like coconut water and stuff. But yeah, that's like the new like drink that gets pushed everywhere. But he's like super media influencer extraordinaire, so he's got a lot of reach with that kind of stuff.
How to with John Wilson.
That is it. How to. I knew it was something like that, but I didn't remember right offhand. Like incredible show. One of those shows where like I get mad when I'm watching it because it's only like 6 episodes in a season.
Oh my gosh. What's the one? It's like Sour Patch Kid flavored Ghost. Is that another one?
Yeah, they have like a bunch of different. They do a lot of like commercialization in their products. I actually right now I'm using their protein powder.
Okay.
I have the Nutter Butter one upstairs, and then I had bought their pumpkin pie one a couple months ago that I have some left with, and so I was gonna try some other stuff. Like I know that like they put like the sucralose or whatever, the fake sugars in there, and I think they use bits of the actual products. Like they have an Oreo one, they have a Chips Ahoy one, they have like a cereal milk one that's supposed to be like Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk or something.
Yeah,
but I know those like technically aren't like the most of the healthy quote unquote protein powders, but I'm at the point where like I'm just picking my fucking battles. Like if I want my protein shake to taste like Nutter Butters and it has like a couple bits of Nutter Butters in it, well then fuck it. It ain't gonna kill me. At least then I'll enjoy the protein I'm drinking.
At least not fast.
I mean, it's just like you have to enjoy life to some degree. Like
yeah. I would like to know who makes this product. That's because it's got far too many, like you said, like too many like deals. I'm saying of actual products like Oreo, Sour Patch Kids, so on and so on.
They've been sending me emails that they like have like a Ghostbuster. I mean, not Ghostbusters. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like pre-workout that they have like limited edition out right now or whatever. Like I don't drink pre-workout, because that's just caffeine. I don't need my heart going any faster while I'm working out right now. So, that's not for me, but it's like they literally do all these brand deals with all these different things, like name shit. Same thing with like G Fuel. They got a lot of like name brand trademarked like products too.
Speaking of brand deals, the other day I got an email from Krispy Kreme because you were talking about the different cookies, and they had this. Well, I don't know if it's for the rest of the month, but it's they have Oreo and Chips Ahoy donuts, and I got an email to get a couple free. So I took the boys to Krispy Kreme to get those free donuts for them. And my oldest son got the one with everything in it, and he was like, "Oh man, this is making my stomach hurt," and he couldn't finish it. It was just too much shit in that one. It was inside. I mean, on top of it, it's like these little Chips Ahoy cookies, and then it's like Oreo dust on it, and then when you get inside, it's a Chips Ahoy cream with Oreo dust in it. And it was just like too much.
Man, Krispy Kreme for me is like it dredges up some memories, some shit I'm not proud of. I remember like in like my quote would have been considered my quote unquote college years. It was like I'd hang out with my buddies, we'd go play like Magic the Gathering or whatever somewhere, and then like we'd go to Giant Eagle and buy snacks or whatever for the night because we'd all like crash at somebody's house. And I remember like multiple times going to Giant Eagle and buying like the 6-pack box of like the Boston Cream Krispy Kremes that would always be up by the register, and like polishing that whole box in like one night, like shit, like now that I look back on, I'm not proud of, but I did it. It's like I can't take it back.
Yeah, I was not jealous, but like I always wanted to live near Krispy Kreme. Like I had them. I didn't have them until I started working at our workplace, where one of these ladies,
you selling them from the church?
No, she, you could, well, never mind.
We'd have them all the time at school, like, because people would be doing fundraisers with them.
Fundraisers. One of the people I work with used to bring the promotional, well, not promotional boxes. What'd you say it was again?
Fundraiser.
The fundraising boxes.
I'm all flustered. The fundraiser boxes, and that was the first time I had ever had Krispy Kreme.
Yeah,
and
those are the midst of the Krispy Kremes.
Well, I think the fundraiser boxes aren't like they just get them from at that point. It was just the Akron. They get it for Akron.
Yeah,
and then like I was just like, man, these are freaking delicious. And I used to look forward to her selling those, which I just think she used to just pocket that money. I don't know.
Can't trust it.
Like, because I had never heard of them before then, and I didn't know that. To me, they are the best donut. Like,
man, how much you think them shits cost them at this point in time? We used to pay like $5 for a whole box. It's $5 for a dozen Krispy Kremes at a fundraiser box.
Yes.
That can't be the case in these inflationary
I don't know about
times,
the fundraiser,
right?
but I can tell you that like a dozen donuts off of Uber Eats a year ago was like $16 or something like that before delivery, taxes, and tip.
Yes, I can never appreciate that shit because they be just charging on the delivery service, them delivery apps, man. So
yeah,
I can't call it.
As an Amazon Prime member, like I got one, like you could use Grubhub for free or something like that now. But yeah, I've not during the pandemic, especially I haven't used that. But like when we used to be at work, I used to, send my partner a special treat, sending her a like lunch or something like that when like I know I didn't cook anything and she didn't have to get up and make her own lunch. But yeah, I've never really done it before because all I hear is like, I'm gonna eat a couple of them fries.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I guess in the I don't know how I was gonna make this transition. I had something in my mind, but I truly don't possess it any longer. So
just put in some music.
We'll get by, people. In the realm of me, my kid has the lacrosse season has begun in earnest. They have played 4 games. They have lost 2 games. They have won 2 games, which is pretty good. And I have attended 3 games at this point, and been feeling good about that. But what I realize is I barely know anything, and I don't know if any of y'all are hip about lacrosse in general as a sport. So I thought I'd share a little bit of lacrosse discussion with you. So of course I pulled an article. This is from Ducksters.com.
I think my full lacrosse exposure is Odd Striker from American Pie playing lacrosse. That's about all I got.
Exactly. I hadn't heard of lacrosse until watching
that and the Duke team.
Was that around the same time?
I think the Duke team was like a couple years after.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I figured I'd pull an article and we'd go over some things about lacrosse. Lacrosse is a team sport where players try to get a rubber ball into a net or goal. Players use a long stick with a net on the end of it called a lacrosse stick. They can run, carry, catch, shoot, and pass the ball with the net of the stick. The lacrosse team with the most points at the end of the game wins. Come on, that all that makes very sense. Lacrosse is a very athletic and active game. It provides good exercise and competitiveness. There's a lot of running in lacrosse, and speed and endurance are great assets to the lacrosse player. The sport's nickname is the fastest game on 2 feet. Lacrosse has become popular with high schools, colleges, and has had some success as a pro sport. Your equipment. First and foremost, lacrosse players must wear protective equipment that include a helmet, mouth guard, lacrosse gloves, and pads. Pads can include rib pads, shoulder pads, elbow pads. Lacrosse goalies must wear extra and special protective equipment. The other main piece of equipment for a lacrosse player is the stick or cross. Offensive players usually use a short cross between 40 and 42 inches. Defensive players use a long cross up to 72 inches. The head of the lacrosse stick has a net to hold the ball and a flange at the end that allows the ball to be thrown or shot by swinging the stick. Goalies get to use a lacrosse stick with a wider head. The goalie stick just straight up looks like a fishing net. If you ever caught fish with your grandpa, You had to get that net, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that handheld net they use to bring the fish up out the water. That is what a goalie stick looks like.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. It's too damn bad.
A lacrosse field is 110 yards long and 60 yards wide. The goal is 6 feet tall, by 6 feet wide, and sits 15 yards from the end of the field. The field is divided up into a defensive area where your goal is, and an attack area where the opponent's goal is, and a wing area in the middle. The origins of lacrosse come from a game that was played by Native Americans. It is one of the oldest team sports in the world. The original game of lacrosse was often played with hundreds of players on the field. The games were played between different villages or tribes. The rules varied as well in the field of play. Goals were sometimes miles apart. Sometimes a game was used to resolve disputes that could last days. The name lacrosse comes from a French missionary to the Americas named Jean de Brebeuf, which kind of would translate to John of some kind of beef. Interesting. He told about a game using a stick that Native Americans played. Lacrosse would soon become popular with many European settlers who learned the game from the locals. Later, a Canadian named William George Beers formed a lacrosse club and started to put together some of the rules that are used today. Lacrosse became popular with high schools, universities in the early 1900s. It's still a popular college and high school sport today, especially in New England area of the United States. In 2001, Major League Lacrosse, or MLL, had its first full season to play. Currently, there are 10 teams in the MLL. There's an indoor version of lacrosse called box lacrosse.
Ooh.
Box lacrosse is very popular in Canada. The field is smaller as it's indoors, and there are only 6 players per team. The game can be fast and exciting. So far, that's a real basic breakdown of lacrosse. But lacrosse is a combination of soccer, hockey,
softball,
and basketball.
Oh,
more than anything else, because you are doing pick and rolls. Motherfuckers are getting them ankles broke. Because if you do what you need to do, you can get that. I'm gonna go this way, but then I'm gonna go this way, and just leave somebody dusted. And as I've watched these games, I can read offensive setups pretty easily. I can be like, okay, I can see where this is about to go down and how it should play out if everybody does what they're supposed to do. And that has been kind of amazing. That's for it so quickly to kind of settle into my brain. What has also been amazing is to see these boys. Like I said, their first 2 games, lost the first one 20-0.
Oh,
lost the second one 16-1. And like I said, the whole time my kid missed the first one because he was out with COVID. Second game he played, and I was like, "Don't trip," because we're playing a team that has had a. This is basically our school's first year of playing lacrosse. They started setting the team up around the beginning of the pandemic that didn't get anywhere because of the pandemic. And so we're young and fresh and just learning the game. So that second game, I was like, well, hey, look, as long as we do better, then there you go. That's what it is. We've grown. And indeed, they scored. We got less scored on, only 16, and the entire fourth quarter we kept them scoreless. And I was like, okay, well that's hot. You know what I'm saying? That means that you are indeed learning, and you guys are getting better. And then, like I said, the next game we played, we won 6-1. And the game we played yesterday, we won 9-4. And and yesterday was the first time any of these kids have played on grass.
Mm.
They've all been playing on turf, you know what I'm saying? And not just grass. Grass they decided to mow yesterday. Like right before, as they got there, they were mowing the field. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So that was a wild one. And no, I have not watched the finale of Picard. My mother just texted me to ask me if I watched the finale of Picard, and I have not. I have to get back to her. But watching it on grass, one, the ball doesn't move like as well as it does on a turf pitch. The ball has some more roll than it does on grass. Grass, that shit was, and it could be fresh shorn grass that they didn't come out and clean the grass. They mowed that bitch, and the clippings are still out there. So freshly mowed wet grass, that ball would hit the ground and just, I'm here. I ain't rolling nowhere.
Yeah.
And so that means it was much more intense on the ground of people getting at the ball and so forth. And I thought that was pretty dope to witness. And Vanessa's sister and niece and nephew came out to watch because it was over in their neck of the woods. Came out to watch Lee play yesterday, and then Lee didn't get the game yesterday because Lee wasn't feeling well, and that stinks. But a lot more games. Like I said, we play again tomorrow, and but that's a home game, so that's just up the road from us. So I get to go down the street, watch my kid get out there and do the dang thing, and it's been fun to watch my kid play. Now, what I've discovered in watching my child play is my child, who we share with all, is in the midst of transition, has a very effeminate run still. So yesterday, me and the kid went out to the court over here and the grass and stuff. I'm like, we are going to work on masculine up this run of yours. It's no disrespect. I'm not saying it's disrespectful, but it's like we gotta do this a little. You gotta bring it a little different. So it's interesting because it's not something that we teach little boys, how to run, pause out, and so forth and so on, but we don't do that for little girls. And because my child was a little girl, all he ever learned was, the girl style of things. I'm like, nah, bro, they played you like by doing this because everybody should be running fucking like hard. You know what I'm saying? We totally said we got to sit down and watch some ladies lacrosse. They play in skirts and goggles, and they play a very different style of game than the boys' game of lacrosse and the men's lacrosse. And I'm like, that is buck wild to me that is how it's going down. But it's been, I find it, I don't know, it's just so nifty. That's something that is I love about this my kid transition, and it is me teaching masculinity in a way that normally you don't. You know what I'm saying? It is, and it's like I'm like perfect time. I'm teaching you how to drive already, so I might as well just add that to the formula. Let's throw in some extra snacks on your knowledge. You know what I'm saying? As your knowledge base. And
is the driving getting any better?
Oh yeah, that kid a good driver. And like it's coming to it. Where my issue with my kids driving is a little excitable, and that gets dialed in as you do it more. But just making sure they brake correctly, because for a while there they would just brake. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how you brake. You come into your brake, and sometimes you come off your brake and then go back into it, and then you get a smoother stop. And you know what I'm saying? That's just, and again, that comes with due time. They've gotten real solid. I know it seems weird, but backing out my driveway is weird because my driveway is kind of tight.
Yeah. And
so backing out of the driveway and swinging the car in a way that because car's parked on the other side of the street, so you got to back out, but also swing it in a way that keeps you from hitting them, but not falling off the driveway.
Also not getting in your neighbor's grass and stuff.
It's tough. It's tough too, because like it looks like when I stopped over a couple weeks ago, like the one side of your steps are like crumbling almost like outward.
Yeah.
And it's making the turn on the driveway even tighter.
That much tighter. That's something that man fixed early in my time in the house, because the city came by and was like, that's got to be fixed. So he fixed it. And now his fix is proving to be what it actually was, and that is piss poor. But that'll have to be addressed some point. But that also means backing out my driveway has a bit of an obstacle to it, right? You know what I'm saying? And so explaining how that works and so forth, and like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You swing the car out of the driveway and so forth, and you point and all that good stuff was a bit of a challenge. But they kind of have locked that down. We drove. I told y'all because we were in the group chat, but we drove all the way out to Sandusky, all highway, and that was all them from the house to Fazoli's. It was all them. So that's how we rode last week, and so they got in a good 50 miles of highway driving, and they did real well. Maintaining speed, that's something I always had to check on. It's not that they're falling to slow speeds, but I'm like, look, right here is 60, right here is 65, which in reality means 65 here, 70, 75 right here. And I just like, all right, come on, let's learn how to pass people, and that often involves getting up to. There's a whole ass semi truck here. We got to get this bitch up to like 80 and pass this truck. It's dope. My car has a little turbo on it, so if like you hit the gas right on that motherfucker right when you need to, you will zip out. So that's been real fun. Like I said, all these things, this time of me educating my youngest, and it's been a delightful time. You know what I'm saying? And like along with that comes, like I said, like he was telling me like I can do this, I can do. He's showing me his lacrosse moves. Like you can you can shove a motherfucker right to the ground. Yeah, I was like I can't teach you lacrosse. There ain't nothing about lacrosse I can teach you, but I can teach you how to walk with swag. I can teach you how to run all out. You know what I'm saying? How to sprint all out, and not just a gentle gait in your run. And I'm like, especially getting on and off that field. When they yell your name, you need to be. It's like it's got to be off that field and or on that field and get to your position, because that's another thing in the midst of lacrosse. They're constantly rotating players in and out, and they give you a little more time because they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got to rotate in. Sometimes you got to swap sticks depending on what side of the field you're on and so forth. So it's not like if you got an extra man on the field, we're gonna give you a penalty or something like that there. But it is do what you got to do to get off and get the next man on and so forth. And so that's when I'm like, you got to run harder and you got to run a little more just all out. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see what tomorrow brings. If they take that to heart immediately, or is that something that comes in due course? So tomorrow when we go we'll play some more lacrosse, and I'm in my stands. We shall see how it all plays out. But I'm really loving it. Lacrosse, man, is way doper than you think it is. Y'all ever want to come through and watch lacrosse game? Like I said, I thought I sent y'all the schedule. If I didn't, my apologies. Come through. It's dope. I think y'all actually might appreciate it. And they like I said, I've watched them get better each and every game out. And I'm very excited for tomorrow's game. I don't know who we're playing, but we'll see what we're playing. We played the school AK's kid went to, which is, it's a very high-end private school, so forth and so on. And they have had a lacrosse program just about forever. So they are very good. But we're also very sweet, which I very much like. Whereas the team we played Monday when it was snowing, I noticed it on the goalie. My man had on a do-rag. And I was like, oh, yeah, he might just be light-skinned. I'm not worried about it. No, all them white boys on that team was wearing do-rags and calling each other Negro.
Oh,
I found out after the fact. And I'm like, there he goes. That's a part of that situation. I'll point that school out. I'll go ahead and put that one on blast. That's Elyria Catholic. Fuck them. That's why they lost 6-1. Fuck them. They was bitch made to begin with, and it was proved out there on the pitch. So,
but more importantly, what do their waves look like?
They kept them do-rags on. They didn't take them off. So
I'll never forget. Never mind. I'm not gonna tell that story.
Fair enough, sir. Sometimes it is just that. Sometimes it's just like, nah, we will not. Like I said, I had to choose not to do a sad ass news story this week because sometimes you just need a break from it all, man. I don't know. I've been real good about. I've been real proud of my parenthood this particular week. Xander's been doing just fine, getting up, getting to the job.
Oh, nice.
Working it out.
Did he get
on his grizzly?
How's his toe doing?
Toes better. Now the other one has an infection. Lee has a jacked up. Ingrown toenails come from my side of the family. That is a me thing. And it's just like, I'm sorry. It sucks. I know where it came from. I used to have them at that age too. Fucking blows. You just got to be better about taking care of your damn toenails. So his toes better, and now Lee hasn't. So I literally was working on that a little bit ago tonight, just like, making sure I got it kind of opened up, made sure that I got the nail out, and then filled it full of fucking Neosporin, and hopefully that'll start helping.
I don't get it to like that degree, but like I get it a little bit where like my big toes kind of grow out a little bit more. So when I clip them, I gotta like clip them on an angle from the middle to the thing, grip, and then basically just kind of like squinch my face and just pull so that shit pops out.
Yep. And then just basically cut that down to size too. Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's fucking thick ass toenails.
Well,
it's wild for the night, man.
My grandpa taught me a trick. He said if you feel like you're getting an ingrown toenail, what you do is after you cut your toenails, take a nail file and put like an indentation in the middle of your nail, and that'll help it grow out evenly.
Oh. Well, shit, yeah, man, I'm all about that life. I will gladly take some wisdom from the OGs on that situation. Kids is great, man, and I just feel good about that. Vanessa's off tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. I took tomorrow off, believing Vanessa's follow-up thyroid situation. Where I told you she had to have a biopsy done on her thyroid a year ago. Well, this is the follow-up. I'm saying you do a follow-up a year later, and if it comes up clean. You
have to do one every year for the rest of my life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good Lord. Well, that's not what they told Vanessa.
I have to get scanned every year for the rest of my life. I don't know if I have to get a biopsy every year, but I have to get a scan every year.
Maybe that's what's going on. Well, she thought it was tomorrow. As it turns out, it is next Friday. So I'd already scheduled a day off, and we figured out it was actually next Friday. And so I took next Friday off as well. So I have 2 Fridays in a row off. So that's just what it is. And so we're going to get up and probably go see Mario in the morning.
Oh.
After I get the children off to their situations. Yeah, it's playing at it's playing everywhere. It's fucking it's the number 1 movie in the world. But probably go see it at Cinemark now that my theater is closed. Boo Earns. R.I.P. Great Northern Regal. Also R.I.P. Middleburg Heights Regal. That used to be my shit too. Although I'm pretty sure that's where I got COVID. So, fuck that theater. But it is where I saw the Incredible Hulk and Green Lantern at. So, just saying, that movie, that theater has a special place. But there you go. You're caught up on our general lives for right now, and I hope that that speaks to you if that's what you're visiting here for. And if not, don't worry. I got you some Emma the Assholes. A lovely selection of them. I constantly just go through and save them now. And if something pops up on the old TikToks, what I do is I screen print it, and I don't know if y'all phones does it. And I'm not saying that on some I don't know if y'all phones do it. I'm saying my phone, you can copy the text out of a picture. And so I just copy and paste the text. I copy the paste from them asshole and paste it into Chrome and use I can find the post on Reddit if it actually exists on Reddit. So best man was childhood friend. Okay, yes. So it's a couple I didn't actually look up yet, but don't worry, I have some pulled. So each week, people, we head over to the subreddit r/am I the asshole. We read a few, we discover and discuss if these people actually are assholes in our opinion. And you can decide if we're right or wrong later as you listen. I have a selection of 3 for you this week. They are as followed. Am I the asshole for keeping my brother's life insurance? Am I the asshole for taking away my son's access to games for deleting all my progress from all of my games? And am I the asshole for using my dishwasher as storage space and still expecting my partner to do dishes? Let us begin. Am I the asshole for keeping my brother's life insurance? Taking just what I have presented you. Is this person an asshole?
I'm gonna
say
yes.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say yes too. Until
Reddit signs off on you with you guys and says this person's an asshole. Let us discover this together. I, 40 male, lost my brother, 42 male, Jay, in a car accident a few months ago. Growing up, he was the golden child. He got a full ride to a prestigious college while I had to pay my own way and eventually drop out. He went to grad school, but I got married and settled down with my wife, 42 female, Brittany, early on. We have had financial struggles which caused us to not be able to start a family. We live paycheck to paycheck in a 1-bedroom apartment. Jay always made good money, but wasn't lucky in love. He was very picky, and while he had some longer 1 to 2 year relationships, he was looking for perfection before getting married. He finally married his wife, 40F Mary, in 2019. She also made good money, like Jay. She also had 2 children from a previous relationship, now 18 and 19. One's in college and the other will be starting next year. She and Jay also had twin girls about a year ago. Mary and Jay both work and have a nanny they share with a neighbor for the girls. When they got pregnant, she sold her house where they were living and he sold his condo that he had been renting out, and they brought a larger family home together. All of this is to say money is not a problem for them. Like I said, Jay passed away recently in a car accident, and Mary found out I was the beneficiary of his 401k and life insurance policy through his employer. The life insurance is $150K, but the 401k is much more substantial. He set it up that way years before Mary was in the picture and never changed it. Mary begged me to give her a portion of the money, but I said no. She inherited his part of the house and their joint savings account, which is about $50K. She said she paid for his funeral, and to make it work on her income alone, she would have to sell the house, give up the nanny, put the girls in daycare, and won't be able to help her older kids with college the way they planned. I told her it's not my fault. If he wanted to change the beneficiary, he should have done that, but he didn't. So now the money is mine. My wife and I plan to use the money to buy a home and finally start a family. She says her husband's money should go to his children, but she doesn't see that me using this money to have my own children is more important. Our parents think I'm an asshole because the money should go to his kids. I offered to take $50K and put it in trust for the girls' education, but they said Mary needs the money now. They said the life insurance would pay off their mortgage and the boys' college and put money away for the girls' future. And her income would cover the rest so they wouldn't have to move. But what about my family?
But what about me?
Now that you've heard it, does this person remain an asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you're a fucking asshole. You know what it is. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's definitely an asshole. And what's funny is he's right about some shit, but at the same time, being right don't make it the right thing.
Yeah. To say the least. Let's start with this first comment, which is of course a pink comment. It is from I Am Real Monkey, asshole enthusiast. You're the asshole. Yeah, your life sucks, but there's no world in which your brother would not have wanted to take care of his wife and their children. You're exploiting a lapse of attention on his part to profit from his death. That's just gross as hell.
That is pretty gross.
Let's see. Here's another one. In the U.S., the spouse is legally entitled to the 401k regardless of the beneficiary listed. She'd have to have signed a waiver for him to inherit it. So that's this person giving some financial advice. Let's see. Oh, scroll. Another pink comment. You're the asshole. You're taking away money from his children. Seriously, dude, you didn't earn or work for that money. Your entitlement is pathetic. You don't actually want to know if you're an ass. You don't want to actually know if you're an asshole or not, and just wanted someone to justify your actions. You already know you're an asshole. Oh, in case you misunderstood, you're a massive asshole. Have a good day. Jesus Christ. What about my non-existent family?
I got all this money, now I can finally get laid.
What a fucking piece of work.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to fucking do that. Like, cause like that's your family. Like, that's not your immediate family. Like, that's not your wife and kids, but like, that's your fucking family. Like, you think it's right to like steal money and put your family out like that? Come on now. Not
yeah.
All right, not steal, but like, you know that money should have went to them, and it was like a fucking bank error in your favor type of situation. Like,
definitely.
Yeah, it's like, come on, do the right fucking thing.
Yeah. But he's not, and he's going to end up getting sued. And like I said, depending on what country he's in, like I said, if they're in the United States, that 401k, like I said, that's federal law and that shit. That shit will work out in her favor. So he's a piece of shit. Nah, there you go. What a fucking disgusting. But when I saw it, I was like, that'll be a good one for the show. nothing else, maybe it's entertaining. Next up, am I the asshole for taking away my son's access to games for deleting all my progress from all of my games?
Nope. I agree.
It's not. I would only call you an asshole. I don't know what how this circumstance would have to work out for me to call you an asshole. I don't know. But currently, nah, you ain't no asshole, and Reddit agrees. I, 34 female, have a very spoiled 13-year-old. That's another thing. Anyway, we'll get through it. We will call him Junior.
Oh, no.
In our home, we absolutely love gaming when we have the chance, so Junior has access to all of our game system. He mostly plays the PS5, but occasionally he will play the Switch. So a big rule I have for my Switch, he broke his on accident, is absolutely no Fortnite. He has it on every system he can get it on, but I don't want it on mine, nor do I have the space. I, currently at home with a very needy newborn who won't nap unless I'm holding him. This is after 5 months of strict bed rest while pregnant. As you can imagine, I've been getting a lot of time to play on the Switch. But when Junior asked to use it to play a game, I gave it up. Upon getting it back this morning, I went to play one of my games, Stardew, to find half of my games uninstalled and Fortnite on it. I was aggravated, but whatever. I was stressed and just wanted to relax, so I deleted it and its data. When I launched my game, all of my progress was gone. I checked my other games to find the same long short story. Okay, same long short story. I had a stern talk with Junior and grounded him from all games. As you can imagine, he was furious. He yelled, went to his room, and slammed the door, all of which woke the baby. Next thing I knew, I got a call from my mom saying games are meant for kids and I need to get over it and give her grandbaby his games back. I told her absolutely not and went and grounded Junior from his phone as well. My mom is still blowing up my phone and threatening to come save her grandbaby since I can't grow up and parent properly. Am I the asshole?
Definitely not.
No. And that grandma's kind of an asshole.
Yes.
You might be an asshole for asking if you was an asshole when you knew you wasn't an asshole. Your mama sucked. Here's our first comment, pink comment. 13 seems like a perfectly good age to start learning accountability to me. I will not be adding a judgment due to the 50 people demanding one. Y'all need hobbies.
I don't get what's with all these fucking kids just blatantly ignoring what their parents told them directly not to do. And then, like, trying to justify it and then being mad when the shit blows up in their face. I never did this shit.
We were technically all raised by boomers who were probably beat by their parents. So the specter of getting beat was over us. And sometimes I did get beat, you know what I'm saying? But the specter of getting beat was definitely there. So just straight up fear is what we was raised with. And most kids these days aren't raised with fear. You know what I'm saying? And
we try to do
that's
logic.
Probably better for them. That's probably better for them to grow up, you know, sans trauma. But they do dumb shit and then wonder, what the fuck? I mean, I did some dumb shit. What you mean? What are the consequences of dumb shit? Well, in this case, you get grounded and you lose your phone. And I'm going to have to cuss your grandma out for talking wild reckless to me. So, but that's really not on you. But then it kind of is on you, because if you wouldn't have done this and then called your grandma talking about, Mom took my game, then, you know what I'm saying, it might not
be a
not
prime
have
opportunity
like
for that child to learn snitches get stitches.
Bruh, yeah, like, you can go stay with your grandma then, little fucker.
No.
Because then she's going to go buy him a Switch and he going to put Fortnite on it. Then that mom's going to smash that Switch right in front of him when he gets home.
It's also about OP's mom refusing to let go of the reins and backseat parenting so forcefully that OP is actually doubting her right to make parental decisions after being a mom for 13 years. The kid isn't the only person who needs boundaries and consequences for crossing them, which we literally just basically laid bare. So, nah, you're nobody's asshole, lady. And I'm gonna be real with you. Had it been my mama, probably would have caught one to the jaw. Just saying. So don't don't not take advantage of having a nice parent who who wouldn't clock you. Could you imagine deleting your mama's saves, not just deleting her games, but also going in and deleting their saves. You know better. So that means at 13, you definitely do better. You went in and with malice at that point.
And they asked you, were you sure while you were doing it?
Yeah, bruh. Ugh. Nah, son. Also, that lady seriously needs Nintendo Switch Online that comes with cloud save. She you know what I'm saying? She would have to she just go, pull it down or just saying. Just pointing it out to you, man. Pay for the service. It's worth it. Last one. Am I the asshole for using my dishwasher as a storage space and still expecting my partner to do dishes?
Yes.
Yes.
Fair enough. Reddit agrees. Long story short, I'm a little neurotic and don't think dishwashers are good for dishes. I also don't trust my partner to not put any of my nice kitchen stuff in the dishwasher that should be hand washed while I'm gone. My partner said well before we moved in together that in our house, he wants to be able to use the dishwasher. Otherwise, he won't do any dishes. So we moved in together, ended up using the dishwasher to store shaker bottles and plastic items. And for the past several months, have been washing all of his dishes by hand. I'm so tired of it, though, and believe he can wash a few dishes every now and then to help me out. He points out he already told me if he can't use the dishwasher, he's not doing dishes. But washing a dish by hand doesn't take long. I'm getting frustrated, and I'm not sure who is in the wrong. You are in the wrong. You came to terms, and you immediately fucking set out to fucking not abide by the terms. My man told you what it was.
I applaud
Also,
his strength, holding firm.
For sure. Also, as it turns out, washing dishes by hand uses a ton of water. Some things I've recently learned.
And depending on how dirty the dishes are, it can be very fucking time consuming.
Yes. Yeah. So, you have a water saving device sitting right there in your kitchen that it can be used. You can eat. There is a rare few things that can't be placed in a dishwasher, and those things. Are you really using them?
Yeah.
Not you, Anthony. Damn it. Because like I said, like there's fine china doesn't go in the dishwasher. There are some mugs that that do like the color change and shit. They're like, don't put me in the dishwasher. But I got one of those and I put in the dishwasher and it still works just fine. So I don't know what to tell you. So,
knives, no pots and pans.
My dishwasher has a pots and pans setting. I don't wash my pots and pans in the dishwasher, but it has the setting.
Yeah.
My knives do go in the dishwasher, but it's mostly butter knives and a couple of my other
butter
knives.
I'm talking about the good shit.
Yeah. So they go. I have fine knives. I don't have good knives, so I don't mind putting them in the dishwasher. I'm very particular about how the dishwasher is loaded. Nobody loads it right in this house. Xander gets pretty close, but nobody loads it right but me, in my opinion. And not just my opinion, in that I will open the dishwasher and be like, see how these dishes still got crust and shit all over them? Because y'all didn't load the goddamn dishwasher right. And probably blocked off the fucking spray on.
Yeah. Well, you gotta test it before you get it out of there.
Like sometimes too, you might have to do a little bit of a pre-watch in the sink just to get a few things, but
and you know what I'm saying? And then a lot of newer dishwashers tell you don't even do that because they say they have the pressure and and that's what the soap is supposed to be doing. But you're right. I mean, I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you don't had a bowl of fucking Fruity Pebbles sitting in the sink, them shits. I have broken a bowl cleaning a bowl that had Fruity Pebble hardened Fruity Pebble on it.
Yeah, it adheres to it.
I've literally shattered a bowl trying to scrub that shit off. That's why so a learning lesson. I tell the kids, look, if you eat Fruity Pebbles, make sure you at least give the bowl a quick rinse so none of the cereal sticks to the bowl. And we have not had that issue.
It's one of those cases where it's like, oh man, if it's doing that to the bowl, what's it doing inside of you?
I mean, there's plenty of fluid in me to keep the cereal viscous and moving on its merry way.
Well, that's why it's always recommended that you eat some raw broccoli every once in a while to help scrub it out of your system.
Scrub it out. Make sure you get your cruciferous vegetables, people. That's how it goes down. Plus, broccoli is dope. You know. Pink comment. If your partner buys a fish and makes its home in a toilet, saying that he finds it gross and unhygienic to relieve yourself inside the house, would that be okay? A dishwasher is for washing dishes. If you're going to be a high maintenance and controlling about it, then you need to be cheerfully doing all the dishes. You're the asshole. Let's read that again. Maybe I'm not. If your partner buys a fish and makes its home in the toilet. Oh, okay. Basically saying you can't use the toilet because I'm saying my fish lives there, so don't flush this toilet. This is my fish tank. And and then you over here deciding to call this dishwasher your fish tank or whatever. And I'm saying it's my storage container. You know you're wrong. So
you're doing wrong. You're doing wrong.
Oh my goodness gracious. So that was your Am of the Asshole of the week. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I certainly enjoyed sharing it with you all. In the realm of entertainment, I rattle down every time. Ted Lasso, which is so good this season. Look, I know Ted Lasso going to be going after this season. I mean, there's talk that they may be whatever, but reality of it is this is the last season of Ted Lasso, and we accept that for what it is. And it's not like I can't go back and rewatch. It ain't like I haven't gone back and rewatched Ted Lasso multiple times at this point. So this will just be added in due course when it's all said and done. But it has been just a real great season of television thus far, and I very much enjoyed it. I also started this show, The Big Door Prize, which is also another Apple TV show. And it's very interesting. A machine shows up at the local little general store that spits out a card that basically tells people their potential. And somebody got a meteorologist, and somebody got the priest who was a father got father. And so people were like, how that machine's so fun and funny. But the main character's wife got a card, and her card said royalty. And his card said whistler/teacher, both things of which he already is. He's a pretty prolific whistler and a teacher. So he was just very frustrated by that and where it's going. And each episode focuses on at least one person. There's a little, some B story, but focuses on one person and what their card said and what that means. And that's been very interesting to have watched. So that's a good one. It's a comedic, but it also, there's a little drama to it. So I would tell you to check out Big Door Prize on Apple TV if you have it. I am fully caught up on Bob Hart's Happy Show. I am current on the only way I'm getting more is when the episodes come out weekly, which is hilarious to me, but also like, okay, that means I have enjoyed that show as it has come to me, and I'm very much enjoyed that. And that's
when I was on the treadmill at the gym. Entertainment Tonight was on the TV.
Yeah, and
they actually did a little story about that dude losing all that weight.
Oh,
yep. And he Billy, whatever his last name is, he did have bariatric surgery. That was his. He said it wasn't a tough decision. He just knew he had to get the weight off, and had in his case, he said he had to get it off in a quicker manner than trying to exercise it off would have done for him. And he feels good about having taken advantage of that option. And looks great. Of course, I'm saying he's an actor on a very successful TV show.
Yeah,
so,
in the piece, I couldn't hear it, but I was reading the stuff on the screen. And it said that he weighed 370 pounds, and after bariatric surgery, he got down to 205.
Yeah. So when I first was seeing him super skinny on remember I came across the show because everybody posted everything on TikTok, and I was like, what the hell happened to Billy, man? But indeed he took steps, did what he had to do. Looks great, seems healthy, and seems happy, and that's props to him for that. Love that show, man. I'm not saying it's perfect or anything like that there. And Anthony's criticism of it is legit, but otherwise, I dig it. I dig how much about Nigerian culture I feel like a general person who would watch that show is going to pick up. You know what I'm saying? And also, oddly enough, a bit of Mandarin, because he has a manufacturer in China or maybe another country, but he speaks Mandarin. And he speaks Mandarin to him. You know what I'm saying? And they translate at the bottom of the screen. I'm just like, I dig the culture of it. And it's Chuck Lorre, who did 2.5 Men and any number of shows that you probably watched over the years. That's who produces this. And I'm like, it's a vibe. And it's mostly black people in throughout the show. And I'm like, that's dope. And Bob and his family. So it's like, well, he's married at this point to Abby Show, so that is his family. But his nuclear family, you know what I'm saying? The family he was raised with. And it's a fun show. And like I said, it's not without its criticism, but it's like basically an 18, 19 minute sitcom, nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? That's always wild to me to see how short sitcoms have gotten over the years. Because it used to be about 24 minutes, 25 minutes, and 5 minutes would be filled in with commercials. Now it is basically 19 minutes, and you get that much more commercials, which is kind of a babbage to me. But still playing Resident Evil, my second playthrough of Resident Evil 4 remake on hardcore mode, but on New Game Plus. So I have all my stuff with me, and that game is hard as hell to play, and I've died a bunch. Whereas the first time I played it, I didn't die at all. You know what I'm saying? Anything that happened in that game is because I lost Ashley. So that has been
who's Ashley?
The person you're there to rescue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the president's daughter.
Okay.
Ashley Graham.
Ashley Graham?
So that's her name.
Like the model?
I mean, the video game was there before I heard about Ashley Graham, so I'm just pointing out to you. I realized Ashley Graham is older than the video game, but that video game came out initially in 2003, and her name was Ashley Graham then too. So, but that is what I want to tell you about. What podcast? What did I want to tell you about? I've been trying to be better about telling about podcasts and also my little YouTuberies. My podcast rec this week is going to be Good Job Brain. It's a trivia podcast. It's been on and off for about 10 or so years. Like I said, they was gone for a good 5, so don't get it twisted. You don't have 10 years of Good Job Brain to go back on. They was gone for a while because almost everybody on the show ended up getting married and having kids and a life and jobs and so forth. So they was gone for a good while, but they have been back. And since they've been back, they've been very consistent. They do seasons, and their seasons, I believe, are 10 episodes each. And so they've been very good about that. So they do their little 10 episode season. They'll be gone for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks and come back and do another season. And so it's a good back catalog to be had there. And it's a great show. It's a trivia show. And it's a whole lot of fun. Karen Chu is who hosts that. Karen Chu used to work at It's where me and Ballsrog and Seth, all of us met. I forgot what that site was called. Anyway, back in the day, she used to work at that site. And like I said, now she, I don't know where she works at now. She was working at Twitch for a while there, but she has since left Twitch. But she hosts that show, Good Job Brain. It's a great little trivia podcast. I think you'd have any of y'all who enjoy trivia would have a good time with that podcast. And like I said, there's a YouTube I wanted to give y'all. It is one up. Yes. Seth, like I said,
I've never been on it, but I remember you guys talking about it.
Yeah. Me, Seth, and Ballsrog, man. We all that used to be where we banged at. And of course, that is Ballsrog knew Chris, and that's where that's how he came into to the situation. So where is it? I'm just scrolling through my yeah, I told you about what we watching when we were watching Last of Us. So those ladies are real good. Movie night at Jackie's, JACQUI. Fun lady to watch her videos. She reviews TV shows and movies and so forth and so on. And she's a graduate with a degree in film, and so she always has some perspective that that I think is pretty dope. And so I would tell you to check out her YouTube channel. And I've been watching her. I watched all of her Last of Us recaps, and now I've been watching her Ted Lasso recaps because I love Ted Lasso and I love watching people, like I said, do recaps. That has been a thing, like I said, that came about from The Last of Us. But watch people do recaps. But now I watch all these same people do recaps of other things since The Last of Us has ended for the time being. So that is where I've been at, man. Ant, bro, what about you, bro? What are you watching, listening to, reading, all the good stuff?
As far as listening to books on audiobooks, I finished The Business of Lovers by Eric Jerome Dickey.
Good.
It was a nice 12-hour read. As far as like TV shows I've been watching with my partner, we've been still watching Next Level Chef. We have to finish up the last episode of Snowfall, which is the series finale. I've been watching I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson on Netflix. It's about the same. The Tim Robinson was one of the guys from Detroiters, and man, another upsetting 6-episode.
Oh wow!
They're only it's 2 seasons of it so far. There's 6 episodes and 17 minutes apiece. Which for the subject matter of the show, I know for at least T, like that cringy, these cringy little vignettes, it's probably perfect for you. Like 17 minutes, I'm in and out. But I thought the show is pretty funny. His a little clip from the show is going viral on different things. Like, you sure about that? You sure about that?
Is that where that's from?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I'm on the last episode of Tulsa King with Sly Stallone. Also, like as far as YouTube goes, I was watching some cocoa butter videos.
Yes, love cocoa butter and just BuzzFeed UK in general.
Yeah, so that was pretty much it. Like, this week seemed to fly.
But yes, agree.
And of course, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've been really just fishing lately because it's simple. Like while I'm at work, like waiting for docks to load and stuff, I'm holding the one trigger, and then if the the fish bite my line, I just put the other trigger button, and then after that, it's not really playing. I'm just catching fish to feed the people in my camp.
Nice. Oh yeah, 'cause y'all are camped by that lake.
Yes.
So you can just walk over there and just have that.
Yes.
Red Dead is a great game, and I never finished it because when I played it, it was on Game Pass, and it has never come back to Game Pass. So I mean, but that's one of the games that they still sell damn near full price. So I'm sorry, because it still sells well. So it's like I can't just go get a copy at player prices. But
it's amazing how many YouTube, and I'll do that. I'll just sit there and do that a little bit too. How many YouTube videos is it? You bet you didn't know this about Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like so many of them.
So there's been all kinds of videos I've been watching about just how to play Resident Evil 4 on professional mode, which is even more challenging than hardcore mode. But all that shit still works. So basically, like, here's how to get past the Chainsaw Sisters. Here's how to get past the father what's his face and so forth and so on. And it's like that game has all kinds of little physics tricks in it that of course you just don't think about when you first play through it. But now that I'm going through it the second time, it's like shoot a bunch of mines right here, activate the cutscene. It'll blow up the dude who's about to hit that switch right there, and you can avoid that whole part of the game. It's amazing. Like I've been just going through. Apparently, in the minecart scenes, you can just blow the minecarts up. Just don't bother shooting at people in the minecarts. Shoot at the minecarts until you destroy the minecarts. It's something I learned just today. Just a delight. So I'm at the part where well, now anyway, I don't want to spoil that for you. The part where I'm at right now, I want to read up on to see what's the best way to play it. in my current situation. But yeah, I like that YouTube is so like people are playing games and like are discovering all these like secrets of them. Like, you should do this. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm doing that. Thank you for that little bit of that little data point. So with you on that shit. Any podcasts this week? Any podcast recs you want to give to people?
Every Tuesday, I listen to My Mama Told Me. The Ray Romano episode of WTF is pretty good. Ray Romano is like, I don't know. I that's one dude I wouldn't mind hanging out with. I like Ray Romano.
Cool.
But
what's he up to now?
He just directed a movie. You guys, I'll find the I forgot the name of it, but he directed a film, and that shit looked amazing. So
that movie with Ana de Armas and Captain America comes out. Is out probably now, and I want to see that. So that movie looks pretty cool. That's an Apple TV joint. It's what's it called? It's a spy movie. Let's type in Chris Evans right quick. Deborah. Man, are you really gonna make me dig through Chris Evans' whole goddamn oeuvre to fucking find this shit? Just tell me no damn movie. Well, while I'm clicking on that, Boxman, what Ghosted? It's called Ghosted, and the whole point is he, I guess, went on a date with Ana de Armas, and then she ghosted him, and then he was like, "I'm gonna go find her." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make my big grand romantic gesture, and comedy ensues. Box, what you watching, reading, YouTube and podcasting, booking, chucking, jiving, anything, sir?
I finished Mandalorian.
That last episode was pretty good, man. I very much did enjoy that.
Ended in a way where like they could end the series there, but like I already read they're doing the season 4, so I know it's not over, but like that could have been the ending. And I watched I think it was 8 episodes first season of this show on Paramount Plus called School Spirits.
Okay.
I watched like episode 4 with my stepmom when I was over visiting a couple weeks back.
Yeah, I remember you saying
so I was
like,
well, fuck it, I already watched episode 4. I'll go back, watch episode 1, and then, continue on. So I watched all 8 episodes in like a day.
Okay.
It started out pretty interesting. Then a couple episodes around like episode like 5 and 6, it kind of was just like, all right, let's pick it up here. And then episode 8, like the finale, was like, okay, this is interesting. Let's see where this goes. So hopefully it gets renewed. I haven't.
I was going to ask, had it been renewed?
Had nothing official yet, so I'm hoping it gets renewed. But I would definitely like to see this play out.
Very good. All right, School Spirits.
Mm-hmm. So basically, the premise of the show is this high school student gets murdered in a boiler room in the school.
Yeah. And
like her spirit is in the school along with a bunch of other spirits of students who have died over the decades. And for some reason, which like hasn't happened prior, she's able to communicate with like her best friend. And so like he can see her and talk to her in places in the school where people have died. And so they're working to try and like figure out her murder because everyone in the school thinks she's just missing. They haven't been able to find her body or anything. Like they just found some blood splatter on like the boiler room wall or whatever. So they're like working to try and figure out like who may have done it. And you know how it is with like shows like that where it's like they introduce a bunch of characters in the beginning and they all seem normal and everything. And then, but all of a sudden it's like episode 4, it's like they start acting funny or they go do some cutscene that like completely changes how you think about their character or whatever. It's like it'll be shit like a best friend who's like just loves this person so much, and then all of a sudden, episode 6, they start acting a little weird, like they got a secret or something. So it's like you try and rule them out early on, but then the show writers make it so that you have to put them on the suspect list like halfway through the season.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm about that life.
Yeah, my partner is watching that right now. And it's
been fun discovering programs on these services. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Every time she watches that kind of stuff, I leave the room and go play Red Dead Redemption.
Some shit is it's so perfectly bland, it's like I said, Bob Harsh Happy Show. Like I said, I've enjoyed it. I've taken some good things from it, but it's one of them like you can just let that play in the background and groove. You know what I'm saying? Kind of shows like, oh shit, I heard that joke. It was funny. It made me chuckle. The episode with her aunt died was pretty fucking hilarious. I want y'all to know that shit. You listen to anything, Box? I mean, when's the last time you grabbed a book, audio book, otherwise, or anything? You know what I'm saying? I know you were like on the self-help
pre-COVID.
I mean, more fiction or just something you entertain.
Pre-COVID. I haven't listened to an audiobook since we still worked in an office.
Wow. Yeah.
I bought a couple books, but I haven't opened any of them.
Well, hey, it is also good. That is our entertainment section for the week, my people. I hope you took something good from it, and we'll maybe consider it something. And if you have any recs for us, you like, I'll listen to this podcast, y'all. I'll watch this YouTube channel. Please do tell. But that's a show. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is? Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible. Feel free to reach out to us. Twitter, you know what the Twitter is, SKiM Pod, you know what I'm saying? Instagram, Stay Scrunchy and Milk over there, so forth and so on. And you can always give us a call, 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. And guess what, people? We got a call.
Hi, this is April. You guys, wish me happy birthday. I had the biggest smile on my face. I felt amazing. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. I just want to say thank you. I celebrated my 50th birthday, and I feel amazing. And I'm going to keep doing these burpees, working out. And by the time I'm 75, I'm going to be the hottest damn grandma anybody has seen. Don't tell me I'm not, okay? Anywho, I also want to say, with everything that's happening with Lunch, I know I'm always like talking about Lunch, but he's the youngest out of you guys and just the cutest thing ever. And it's just him talking about his dad. I was just like, is his dad okay? What happened? The dad is outside still doing lawn work, and he may have had a stroke. Why is anybody like forcing him to go to the hospital? But when he explained that he had a doctor's appointment the next day, I was like, okay, let me tell you, had my heart beating. I was watching what do you call those movies, like a thriller. I was just like, oh my God, is the dad going to be okay? What is going to happen now? Oh my goodness. But I also want to say there was 3 really good. They're my dad posts too. I mean, I love the way y'all read them and guests. And I tell you guys all the time, you are the best. And I just love the way you guys film. I don't even listen to anybody on TikTok or anywhere else. Somebody else do it on their show. I just skip it. Y'all the best. And I'm like, they just not quality. So I just want to thank you guys for my birthday. Like I said, reaching out to me is just the best, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you again. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Stop that. Shout out to April.
Big 5-0.
Here's where it gets even crazier, people. If you listen to the show on Spotify has, of course, some extra options. And in those options, you can do polls. I'll put a poll up every episode, and you can you can answer a question and or just comment on the episode. And April also commented on the episode and said the question that I wrote for that particular episode was, Reese's eggs are a perfect snack. And April's response was, no, they are not. and said, by the way, I'm named after the song April Love by the artist LTD by way of Pat Boone. That's my name. So that's why April is named April. But remember, I also told you if you wanted to, you can send a text message to that same phone number. And indeed, the silver key, y'all know what it is. If you know, you know. Hit us up with oddly enough, an Emma the Asshole was like, here's another birthday one. So let's click on that. And this says, Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law the party she threw was absolutely a birthday party? Why would it not be a birthday party? Let me throw this over here on my proper. I do a lot of I do all the show business in Microsoft Edge.
Oh,
but I do all my personal browsing in Firefox. And oddly enough, I record the show in Chrome. I use a lot of browsers, people. All right, so here I am. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law the party she threw was absolutely a birthday party? Let's do a quick one. My 32 female sister-in-law, Lucy, became a Jehovah's Witness a couple of years ago. It caused a bit of a problem in our marriage as my brother, Todd, didn't want to convert in the church, at least the one she attends, encourages you to cut out those who will not follow the teachings. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Todd and Lucy have remained married. He hasn't joined the church she attends and said they'd raise their future children doing so. Our family has been supportive once we got over the hurdle of her trying to convert us. It has been a little tricky as Lucy doesn't celebrate holidays and will scoff invited. Okay, that's how that's written. So Todd will go by himself and she resents not being invited. We've let it know. Again, this is how this is written, people. Forgive me. If she wants to come, then she's more than welcome, but we're not going to just not have celebrations. Lucy has told us that she joined the church to not get her gifts and she won't get us any. We were okay with that. Last year, Lucy and Todd welcomed their son, Andrew. His first birthday was on Saturday. I wasn't expecting a party, but then Lucy said they were having a I love you party for him. It seemed like a cop-out, but my husband and I agreed to bring our daughter to the party. Again, Lucy has stated several times that she and Andrew cannot give or receive gifts on holidays and birthdays. She even said no birthday gifts. So I didn't get him anything, though I helped my daughter make a card that said, we love you, Andrew. The party was mostly Lucy's church friends. She doesn't have a large extended family. Myself and Todd live in a different state. When we arrived, the table was stacked with presents. We were the only ones who didn't get him anything. I heard someone from the church calling it an I love you gift, but she didn't want to make the thing of it. Monday, Lucy called and the subject of the party came up, and I was trying to understand the difference between a birthday and what this party was. She kept saying it was different and they weren't technically celebrating the birthday. I said it was semantics, really. It'd be one thing if they celebrated it on a random day, but it was on his birthday. She accused me of judging her religion. And I said, no, I just think that this is a cop-out. It's totally fine to celebrate your child. I love my nephew and do my best to be at every party. But that 100% was a birthday party. She can dress it up as she wants, but that's what it is. Lucy said I was a judgmental bitch and hung up.
Oh,
I don't know if a church really appreciates that kind of language, Lucy. Todd is actually on my side, but feels I shouldn't have said it. He wanted to and kept quiet to keep peace. Am I the asshole? Of course you're a fucking asshole. You ain't had to do that to your brother or your sister-in-law. That's a real bitch-made move. And I don't care what that Reddit says, not the asshole. That shit was an asshole move. You knew it was.
Yeah. You know what? I was it's another TikTok I seen where they was talking about like the students that are Mormon, they do docking.
Mm-hmm.
And it like docking is just when you put your penis in the vagina and just sit like just or soaking.
Soaking is what that's called.
Well, no, docking and soaking the same thing.
Okay.
But
I know it is soaking.
So what she would describe it as, she's like when she goes to one of those parties, they shake the bed. So you're not actually having sex because it's just sitting
but you
there.
having sex.
But
So it's like their version of a Dutch rudder.
What is it?
Oh.
You said that before, and I still don't understand.
Dutch
what
rudder
Dutch
is
rudder
very make a porno. Is where you grab your penis and then someone else moves your arm.
Shakes it. Yeah.
What the fuck? Yo, soaking is definitely a you having sex. It has led to multiple it has and does lead to pregnancies. It also has led to sexually transmitted infections. It's fucking. Just because you ain't humping don't mean it ain't fucking. You put it in there and then if someone came to shake the bed, that's just it was still what it is, people. Not the asshole. Oh, excuse me. This is the one pink comment I'm going to read, and we're going to posse on up out of here. Not the asshole, but be careful. High control religions often manufacture opportunities for families to fight and for the members to become separated from their families. Don't do their work for them. Sometimes it's best to make a statement about reality and just leave it there. Again, that would seem to me to be signing off on what I said. That's an asshole thing you did. Don't be an asshole.
I did have one thought before we depart tonight.
Go on.
I was using the restroom in public. It happened to be at Shake Shack, and I seen that they had a number on the wall. It's like, one of those for a good time call.
For a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I want to start writing our number on the wall. The call for a good time.
I mean, that means I need to actually make I don't know if I have an outgoing message on our voicemail line, and I probably should do something about that.
Like call or text SKiM for a good time and just put in like every bathroom.
Oh my gosh. There you go, people. That's the show for the week. We hope you enjoyed it. We are on the road to Viridian City, but to our 10 years anniversary, birthday, however you wish to call it, love party if we were Jehovah's Witness, and it's going to be great, and I'm very excited for it, and I'm excited to be doing it with these guys, and that's just what it is. That particular guy is Big Anthony.
Yes.
Chesterfield Rockwell, the 216 is on. Tatum 216. Whatever what I'm saying. He got all kinds of AKA, you know what I'm saying? We can just start running through them hoes, you know what I'm saying? But that's who that is, man.
Yes, good night. Thanks for listening.
I'm saying that's the big homie Lunchbox 2099. Hot box summer, hot dance summer. Coming real soon, ladies. You be ready. It's gonna be a delight.
You can call me Small Toe.
Small Toe.
I am the internet's Tabrel 713. You've simply just been podcasting, and I know you loved it. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.